God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, be with you and remain with you now and
Hi there everyone, Jack here again at the final voyage, this time on the road trying to hunt down another collection. So this is one that came up last night, very little detail on it. There was one picture on the listing that showed about 3 records. One of them was the Carousel soundtrack from the early 1960s, a kind of big band thing, but the other 2 looked really interesting. So one of them was a Desmond Dekker record. And whenever I think of Desmond Dekker, I think of this guy that I used to play football with, a guy called Bear. And yeah, a big striker, could hold the ball up really well, very well endowed. He used to have this party piece that if we won a game, he would do the windmill in the changing rooms afterwards, but that's besides the point. This isn't about his football prowess or his how much meat he was packing. The reason I talk about this guy Bear when I think of Desmond Dekker is he knew that I was into music, and this is like 20 years ago. He knew I was into music, and I remember him saying to me once, "Have you ever heard of a guy called Desmond Dekker?" And I said, yeah, I know Desmond Dekker, the Israelites. He said, yeah, that's right. My mum dates one of the Aces, so I always thought this was amazing. He always stressed that he wasn't one of the original Aces, but he was one of Desmond Dekker's backing singers, one of the Aces. So anytime we had a night out, I always made sure that the DJ played the Israelites for my pal Bear. So this collection, if it's good, is going to be a cracker, because the other record that was there in this picture is a very rare UK psych record. Not mega rare, but rare enough for me to drive a fair little distance to try and pick it up. Now the guy who's selling it, he said to me that this is his parents' collection that he's selling. He couldn't give me much detail on it. He said the covers are a bit tatty, but the vinyl's all good. And when I asked him what else was in the record collection, he said, I don't know any of the bands or any of the artists, which could be a very good thing, because out of the 3 records he's shown, Desmond Dekker's really cool, and the other one is a record I've been after for a while, and I'll show that later. Hopefully it's good, and hopefully I pick it up. But I'm kind of been fantasising the way through, hoping that I'm going to be picking up all these rare psych grails from this collection, but we'll wait and see. Anyway, this is me arrived just by his house. He said it was very difficult to find his house. I'll just see if I can turn the camera around, show you where I am. So he said it was near this Chinese, and he said if I walked behind this hedge next to the little bus stop, I would be able to find his house. So hopefully it's not a scam and he's leading me into some type of trap, waiting there to take my £30 off me, because he's put the record collection up for £30. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be safe enough. As always, I've got my trusty knuckle duster in my pocket, just in case anything goes wrong. I'm going to go in and look at the records now, and I'll be back in a minute, and you'll probably be able to tell from my facial expression whether it was good, whether it was worthwhile to come through here or not, or whether it's been a waste of time. So here we go, just taking a wander down here now to see what I can find. No one's jumped out on me yet. Let's wait and see. So that's me back, the deed's been done. I've got the records. What do you think? Am I happy? I am happy. It was a worthwhile trip. It was not the buy of the century that I hoped it might be. The collection wasn't full of rare psych grails, quite the opposite. It was full of shite, to be honest. Most of it was really poor. So I've got a big bundle of crap in the back of my car, but I got some good stuff as well. The record that I come through for, the Psych Classic, is in really, really nice condition. VG Plus for the record, probably VG for the sleeve, but it isn't an easy one to come by, and for 30 quid, it's an absolute steal. And I did get a few other kind of decent bits and pieces as well that I'll show when I get back to the house. He also threw this in, which was really nice of him. This wasn't part of the deal, but he said, I've got a load of singles as well, don't know if you're interested in them. If you are, you can take the singles. So I got this cool little box of singles, and I've had a very brief flip through these, and I found one Trojan already. I've only had a very quick look through them, but I found one Trojan single, so I'm looking forward to getting through these as well and seeing what else I can find. The singles look in almost mint condition. Everything looks really nice in here. There was lots of 80s type stuff, well-known singles, but finding that Trojan single in there kind of gives me a little bit of hope that there might be another few gems. So going to drive back home now, and I'll put together a little video and show you what it is I've picked up. You can judge for yourself whether it was worthwhile or not. So that's me back home. Had a chance to look through my little haul, and out of about the 60 odd records that I picked up yesterday, I'm only going to keep 10 of them. The majority of them are rubbish, to be honest. There's a lot of Scottish country, lots of show tunes and big band stuff I've got no interest in at all. But let's have a look at the good stuff, because there was a couple of good records. So I'll show the Psych Classic first, and it was this one. This is The Magic Mixture by The Magic Mixture. So this is British Psych from 1968 on this Saga label. And like I said before, I've been after this one for a while. I've got the 5 Day Week Straw People, which this is quite similar to. That was on Saga as well. But yeah, this kind of shares a few similarities to that album. It's probably a little bit more straightforward rock, maybe not quite as much studio trickery and all that kind of thing. This is a bit more, I suppose, maybe garage psych, but certainly psychedelic in its own right, and a bit of a rarity. They're not too easy to come by. So you can see the album cover is a bit tatty, but overall the record itself is in good condition. I've got an original Saga inner as well, which is cool. Nice clean labels. It's not been washed yet, so I'll put it through the spin clean, and that should tidy it up as well. I think it's quite a quiet press in this album, so there is a little bit of crackle in the quieter passages, but overall, no, really pleased to pick this up. And it's got some great songs on here. There's 12 tracks, with that kind of, suppose, typical British psychedelia of the day. A great Hammond organ sound, some great lead guitar in here as well. There's one song that kind of doesn't sound like it belongs in the album, and it's this one, the Motorbike song. And I think the story goes is that when the band recorded the album, they had one day to do it. They recorded it in the basement of the manager of the owner of Saga Records. They went down into his basement that had like a kind of makeshift studio set up there, and they recorded the album there, and they had a day to do it, and they only had 11 songs. So this one here, the Motorbike song, was a song I think that was pretty much made up on the spot. I think maybe they had the chord changes and stuff, but they changed the lyrics, and it's a bit of a kind of comedy number, almost like Chaz and Dave or something like that, and it kind of sticks out a little bit on this album. But overall, yeah, this is a great album, and like I said, it's one that I've been after for a while. Whenever I see this on eBay, the covers are always trashed, or else the records have loads of scratches or whatever, and you can see there's a little bit missing on the front of the cover. But the main thing is the vinyl's in good condition. It's probably VG plus. So yeah, really happy to pick that one up. So that was the cream, that was the best one, and the one that I went through for. But there was some other good stuff as well. So I picked up this cool Trojan comp called Moonlight Groover. There's loads of good stuff on here. Again, the cover's not in the best condition. Who's on this? You've got John Holt doing Tonight. Tommy McCook does a couple of tracks. In fact, loads. Alton Ellis. A lot of this stuff I've not heard, to be honest, before. That first track's really good. It's an instrumental, Moonlight Groover, the title track. But yeah, it's on Trojan. So looking forward to giving this another spin. Again, this has not been cleaned as well, so there's a few pops and clicks and a bit of crackle on this one as well, but I think that this will, because I can't really see that many marks on this, I think this will clean up really nice once it's been through the spin clean. So yeah, this is definitely another keeper. So yeah, that was Moonlight Groover. What else? Bit of Desmond Dekker. So yeah, this is the album that I knew was in the collection. I was quite keen to pick up. This is an album from '74 and it's called You Can Get It If You Really Want. So I think Jimmy Cliff put out his version, and a couple of weeks later Desmond Dekker put out his own, and it's very similar. It's very similar to Jimmy Cliff's, to be honest. But yeah, again on Trojan. So yeah, very pleased to get that one. I got another, where is it? Another ska album. So this is like kind of greatest hits with all the names that you would expect to see. Kicking off with the Israelites. That one's for you, Bear. The Israelites, Desmond Dekker. Then you've got Bob and Marcia, the Maytals doing Johnny Coolman, the Harry J All Stars, Marcia Griffiths, Dandy Livingston, the Pioneers, You Don't Know Like I Know. Got Marcia Griffiths doing Band of Gold. So yeah, it's lots of Trojan hits. But this is on that Hallmark label, so I can have cheap comp. I'm not listened to this yet, but I'm hoping that it sounds good, because all the stuff on here is really cool. I've got a Donovan Universal Soldier. I've got this album already. I really like this. This has got a different cover from the one I've got, and this cover's probably cooler. Mr. Leach there. Yeah, loads of good songs on this. I love that last track, Ballad of a Crystal Man. It's really cool. So we'll see how that sounds, and that might be an upgrade, that one. I got a Parsley, Sage, Rosemary and Thyme. Cannot beat about Simon and Garfunkel. So I've got this on CD. I've got a feeling that every time I've picked this up on record, it's always been really noisy. I've never picked up a really nice copy, and on first look, this looks really nice. I don't know if I've not played this. This looks like an 80s repress on CBS. It looks really clean. Can't see any marks on this at all. But yeah, the proof will be in the listening. So give that a listen, and that'll be a definite to add to the collection. I love Simon Garfunkel. So yeah, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary and Thyme. Got a couple of Sinatra. This is a really nice copy of Songs for Swinging Lovers. So I do like Frank Sinatra. I do like Frank Sinatra, but again, it's one of these ones, how much am I going to listen to him? You know, I've got so much stuff to listen to, and there's other things that I want to listen to, and having this in my collection, am I going to spin it? It's got good songs on here. I've got You Under My Skin, Making Whoopee. I think I've got about 3 copies of this, so I don't know, maybe move that along, because I don't know how much Frank I need. Some more Frank Sinatra. I don't know this album. It's got Close to You on here. No, I don't know this. I don't know this album. This is quite cool. Jerry Lee Lewis, Explosive. So I do like a bit of Jerry Lee Lewis, and this is, again, it's like a kind of cheap reissue on Contour of, I think it's his 4th album. So his 4th album was, let's see, The Return to Rock, and this pretty much is Return to Rock. It is Return to Rock with a slightly different track list. It misses out 2 songs. It misses out his version of Carina Carina. I really like that song, and there's another track that it misses out as well, but this has got loads of great songs on here. Roll Over Beethoven, Maybelline, there's a version of Johnny Be Good. So yeah, I'll definitely hold on to that. I do like a bit of The Killer. So it's Jerry Lee Lewis. And someone who I've never really listened to much in the past, I think I've got a best of comp on CD, but Billie Holiday. It's just like kind of jazz, vocal jazz. A Flag for Lady Day. So I don't know this album, I don't think I know any of the tracks on here. A Foggy Day, Stars Fell in Alabama. It's on this World Record label. So there's loads of records on this label, in this collection. There's lots of classical stuff and other stuff on this World Record label. Now, I'll give this a go and see if I like it. Yeah, there's World Record Club. There's loads on this label. So this might be a keeper. Again, probably much like the Frank Sinatra. If I like it, I'm not sure how much I'll like it, and will I like it enough to play it. And I don't really want to fall into that trap. I don't want to start keeping things just for the sake of it. I just want to keep stuff that I really like and I know I'm going to play. So we'll see on this one. It looks in decent condition. I'll probably have a look at some of these other World Record Club LPs that I've picked up. I think most of them are jazz records, which is not really my thing, but I'm always willing to give anything a go, so we'll see. So that was the LPs. That's the ones that I'll probably keep. Like I said, the other stuff, let's see, just show you a couple. I bagged these up already. And most of these are gonna go. The Barron Knights. Let's get into some of the real shiters. I think there was 2 copies of that. What else have we got? There's loads of these. Every time you get a collection, you get tons of those Top of the Pops records. There's loads of those. Oh, could be tempted to keep this one. The Kids of Fame Live. Great shot of Leroy there, in his hipster shorts, or his short shorts. But yeah, there's some plenty of Shirley Bassey. And because of John the 6-inch Pianist, I went through all the Shirley Bassey looking for that song. I can't remember the name of the track. The one that Public Enemy sampled. So I don't think it was there. There's just lots of crap in here. Gilbert and Sullivan. There's another bag full of Scottish rubbish. The Alexander Brothers seem to have been big favourites. So that was the LPs. I'll show you. This is some of the singles. There's not really much to keep in here, I don't think. Not for me anyway. Lots of 80s stuff. Well, there's some Motown, like later Motown. See that? Stevie Wonder. What was this? Lately. What's this one? Polydor. Gloria Gaynor. Never Can Say Goodbye. I should have really sorted through these. The Grease single. Lots of stuff like that. Where's that Trojan one? There only was one Trojan. Donna Summer, Once Upon a Time, and MacArthur Park. So yeah, kind of disco stuff. There's Candy Stanton and lots of stuff like that. What's this? Ruby Winters, Bluer Days Ahead, Ruby Winters, and I Will by Ruby Winters. Elton John and Kiki D, Don't Go Breaking My Heart. All the singles are in really, really nice condition. Run to You, Smokey. Yeah, well, there's another Motown one. I Just Called to Say I Love You, Stevie Wonder. Doctor Hook. What's this? There's loads of ABBA. I Wonder and The Name of the Game. Black Eyed Boys, Paper Lace. Yeah, that kind of thing. Nothing spectacular. The Trojan single was a John Holt single, so probably not many there that I'll keep. But I do like the little box, and I'll use that to rehome the singles that I've got. Like I said, I don't have many, so that won't be too hard. But yeah, that was my haul for £30, £30. It wasn't too bad. I said I'll get rid of most of the crap I don't want it in the house, overflowing with rubbish like that. So I'll get rid of all of that, and a few of these will get cleaned and moved into the collection. But for £30, I was quite happy, especially for a last look at the old magic mixture. So like I said, when you find something that you've been after for a good while, and it's the record's in nice condition, that's always a big win. So I'm overall very, very happy with that wee bundle. And tomorrow night I'm going to view a really nice collection, full of great records. It's just whether the condition's there. So I know that the records are good. It's just got to hope that the condition's where I need it to be. But until tomorrow's dig, I'll video all of that as well. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.